Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. It has been a few weeks. It was a busy April. In fact, I can't believe that we've went through January, February, and then March and April kind of just disappeared. And now here we are marching into May. And so May is a busy month. I know it's busy for everybody. It especially just seems a little chaotic sometimes. You know, our granddaughter, she's the oldest of our grands, Hunter, is graduating high school. Now, we are all super excited. Oh, we are. But we are also kind of mourning that too because she's going to be leaving us and things change. But she is doing great and wonderful things, and we're all so proud of her. But anyway, that's just one of the events coming up. And what else do we have? We have Strawberry Festival. We have Mother's Day, graduations. We have, from 8th grade to high school to college. We have Memorial Day coming up. So May is busy. And you know what? People love to eat easy to make foods during May. Well, actually, I like easy to make foods all year long, and I don't really cook that much, so this is just something that I really like to have on hand and have everything, and it's easy to put together. And then Mike actually really likes this kind of sandwich. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a sandwich. Now, I'll tell you this, I've told you this before. When we're traveling or when we're in Branson or out and about, he'll make the comment, I just really like a light lunch, not anything too heavy. And I'll say, well, let's go grab a soup and a salad somewhere, because I love a good chicken salad sandwich and, broccoli cheddar soup, potato soup, whatever. And he'll look at me and he'll say, well, that just won't fill me up. And I'm thinking, well, then why'd you ask? Do we have to have steak and baked potato or what? So we don't eat there, but he will eat this sandwich and he really loves this style. So this is a little bit meatier, a little bit heartier, but it is still quick and simple. So the first, and I've got everything ready. What I've got, we're just gonna do a kind of a beefed up or grilled cheese is what I'm gonna do, but I'm going to put bacon and our links with my grilled cheese. Now, years ago, I worked at the Princess with my sister-in-law, Trish, and we had a customer came in and he loved BLTs, but he wanted them grilled with cheese. And I thought, well, that sounds kind of odd. And let me tell you what, they are dynamite. So you should try those. And you can do that easily enough with this, but I'm going to keep this a little bit more simple. So the first thing I've got, I went ahead and cooked my bacon. Now at the meat market, we have the smaller packages of Petit bacon. So, and it is really good. Or we have the 15-pound box. Is it still 15 pounds, Ash?
Yep.
A 15-pound box of our Wright's brand bacon also. So you can, if you're cooking a lot and like to store it up, go the Wright's, but if you're just cooking a little and keeping it handy in the fridge, we have the Petit. And like I said, it is really good. Now I cut my mild links, I'm using mild, and I cut those in thirds, so you can see that. I went ahead and I grilled them up a little bit in my cast iron skillet. Now when I cook my bacon, I'll remind you, I cook mine in my oven on a cookie sheet, lined with foil, and I cook it at 400. I really get it going, but it is so good and so easy, and it doesn't splatter grease everywhere, and it keeps the bacon straight. So, or instead of all curled up, it bakes it straight. So it's just a great thing. Anyway, got those ready. So you could use the jalapeno cheddar, you could use the hot, you could use the queso, you could use whatever length that you like. There is no set kind on this. It's just going to be your preference or what you have in your refrigerator or freezer. So here's our, look at this, guys. We have our new label designs because we are celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. Isn't that crazy to think that we've been in business for 50 years? Now, I haven't been around that entire 50, but Mike has. And so we decided that we would do a label rebrand to celebrate this big year. So you might see that in the stores or when you come in. So that's what those look at. And we are really proud of those. We have also, rolled out a few new different flavors of our links and stuff. So come on into the meat market, go online, order you some. We just have all sorts of availabilities. We're out throughout Oklahoma too. So just check us out on our website and you can see where all that you can buy our product. anyway, here we go back to our sandwich. So I also, besides my meat, I've also got some different type of cheeses. Now we sell cheese at the meat market too, so you can pick it up there. I did a few different styles. I just have some, these are just American sliced cheese because they melt really, really easily. And this is a American white cheese and it melts easily. Now I also did some white cheddar. It was kind of like a little gourmet piece of cheese I found. I thought, oh, that sounds good. And then I never know how to pronounce this, Gruyere, or something like that. And I did that because it's an easy melt cheese. So those are a little bit of 4 styles of cheese that I'm going to use. Now, you do not have to use 4 styles of cheese. You can use 1, you can use 10, whatever you want to do, whatever is you have, like I said. And again, we're making this whatever you have on hand because this is an easy, quick meal for either, lunch or supper or whatever you need it for. Now, I also like to use a little bit of a heartier piece of bread because like I said, this is going to be a meal, so I wanted a little bit heartier, and my bread's a little bit thicker and it is also bigger. And this is sourdough. I love a good sourdough bread, and I love grilled sourdough bread, so this is just going to be super dynamite. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to turn my cast iron skillet on low and let that start heating up also. Now, when Kayla, put your hand on it. When you start grilling a grilled cheese, you do not want to grill it quickly because you want to give your cheese time to melt. So just keep that in mind. That's why I've got that a little lower, and I've got it. I'll probably even turn it lower as we get going. We'll see how this butter sizzles once that I put it on there. All right, I am going to butter my bread on one side of each piece. I'm not on both sides, one side of each piece. Now, another thing that you can actually do is you can put mayonnaise on the inside of this if you want to do that to give your grilled cheese a little bit flavor. And if I was going to add lettuce and tomato and make this kind of a luxury BLT, I would add my mayonnaise before I grilled this too. Those are just a few ideas and a few options. As we get into summertime and the gardens start growing and we have our fresh homegrown tomatoes, let me tell you what, it's hard to beat a good BLT. It's hard to beat a bad BLT. Is there such a thing as a bad BLT? I don't think so, because bacon makes everything better, doesn't it? All right, so I have got this buttered. Now I'm going to move Ashley over here to the oven or to the stove, simply because once I buttered both of those sides, then I'm going to have to do something with them. So here we go. I am going to move over here. Let me grab my cheese real fast too. And I may make a mess, but we're going to have fun making this mess. I have a lone little fly character here too that I'm going to be waving around. So if I'm waving randomly, it's just that little fly is buzzing around. All right, so I have my pan. I'm going to turn it up just a notch to get it going. Let's see if we can hear it sizzle. It's not sizzling yet. So I'm going to put my buttered side down of my bread. And then I am going to, I am going to put a slice of cheese. I'm just going to put that, and then I'm going to put a half slice of this white American because that's kind of what I got. And like I said, this is a big piece of bread. And then I am going to put a couple of slices of bacon. Let's see if I can navigate those. Oh, let's do them this way. How about that? And you know what? I am going to actually fill that little piece in right there. So I got 3 slices of bacon on that. And the next thing I am going to do is I am going to put my links on this. Guys, doesn't that look scrumptious? I think anybody would eat this. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to add, and I've shredded this cheese just to make it easier to put on. And one of these flavors is the white cheddar. Oh, I can hear it now. And one of these flavors is the Gruyere, or whatever that is. Now, do I know which one's which? I do not. They're both white, and they're both grated, but they'll be delicious together. So there is that, and that is really starting to bubble. And then I'm going to place my other piece of bread. And like I said, this has been butter. Folks, look at that. Does that not look great? I'm going to kind of push that down. And you know, I am hoping that I do not make a mess. Let's see what it's doing underneath. Nope, we're doing good. So we're going to let that sit there for just a little bit. And that cheese is going to start melting. It's kind of where it came off on the sandwich. We are already melting in the pan, but that's all right. That's not going to hurt anything. And we're just going to let that cook a little bit and let that butter sizzle and let that bread start browning. And that way our grilled cheese will be just right when we get ready to eat it. Now, we have Strawberry Festival coming up, so I hope that everyone who is local still enjoys the festival. I absolutely do. My family does. At the Mountain View, we'll have a float again. We've always put in a float for, I can't even remember to tell you how many years that we've done a float. And the grandkids and, you know, generations of Cliff and Betty's grands and great-grands are on there. And we have a really, really good time. So we enjoy that. And we love to go to the strawberry auction and see who's growing strawberries. And let me tell you what, growing strawberries is no easy deal. I tell you what, I'm so thankful. Oh yeah, we're gonna turn this, guys. Look at that. Does that not? Ooh, can you hear that sizzle? Our strawberry growers around still, I'm so thankful that we have growers that are still in the business and still, because it is not an easy task. And we've had strawberries already this year. We've had a few growers that we've been able to buy from that have had early berries. And man, they are so good. When you go to make strawberry jam and stuff like that, you have to have Stillwell berries. There's just nothing like them. So I hope you get to enjoy plenty of berries this year. And as far as I know, there should be plenty at the festival also. We've had a unbelievable amount of rain this past week, which we did need, but we're just getting it all at the same time. So hopefully that will not cause the berries to be delayed in any way, because the festival is 1 week from Saturday. And so it is already here. And again, I said, man, we are marching into May, and May just goes by ever so quickly. It's a wonderful month. It's a fun month, but oh man, it's just such a busy and fast month. So I can smell this, that toasted sourdough, and then all of that cheese, and like I said, those links and that bacon. Let me tell you, this sandwich will fill somebody up. So I am keeping a close eye, because I don't want to burn it. Looky there. Oh, does that not look great? All right, so I think that it is ready. I may have cooked it just a tad fast. I'm not for sure how melted that is. I'm going to turn it one more time and just let it heat just a tad longer on that. Like I said, on grilled cheese, you really do want to go lower and slower, because you do want to give those cheeses time to melt. Sometimes that's not easy to do. I get a little impatient. And also cast iron, really, once it gets hot, it holds on to the heat. I think I told you, this is the pan that my girls got me for my birthday a couple of years ago. And for a while, it was so big and massive, I didn't have anywhere to put it. And I thought, what am I going to do with it? And so when I got it out and started using it, I love it so much, it just sits on my stove all the time. All right, I am going to take this out. Looky there, looky there. Folks, look at that. All right, so here it is. I'm going to cut into this. I hope that that cheese is melted. It should be. Let's hope for the best. Like I said, after telling you to go low and slow, I think I went a little fast. But does that not look so good? Oh my goodness, just listen to that. I think Mike is going to enjoy this sandwich. So here we go. Looky there, folks. Look at that. Does that not look wonderful? Now, I could have let that melt a little bit more, but it is hot and it is steamy, and I think you will love it. And I actually would just serve it with a bag of chips, because again, this is going to be a quick and easy lunch, a quick and easy supper. And really, Mike likes chips well enough. Sometimes I'll do French fries, but he loves chips. So I would just serve it with a bag of chips. If I had some potato salad, you know, could throw that in there, or if not, if I don't. So that's my main course meal. Now let's go on to dessert, because again, it is strawberry season. So I'm going to set that right there. And this is what I have made for dessert. Now, last year I told you about our family like to do pie crust with our strawberries, just good old-fashioned pie crust. Now, this is called a torte. Well, the name of this, and that's what we've always named it, is Mom's Strawberry Torte. It was my mom's recipe. I don't know where she got it. She's had it forever, and we have enjoyed this, and it is worth making. So I am going to post, or Ashley, I am not. Ashley is going to put this recipe for Mom's Chocolate, not Mom's Chocolate Torte. It's not chocolate, Mom's Strawberry Torte, on the Cooking with Kayla.
Yep, on the website, on Cooking with Kayla tab, and you can sign up for her email newsletter to get the recipe.
There you go. That's from Ashley. So go do that, and you will get this recipe. And really, it is honestly worth making. So on that recipe, you line, it says in, I'll give you a heads up, it says in the recipe to line your 9-inch pans, round cake pans, with foil. Now, I can't find any 14-inch foil, so I had to do, let me show you what I've done. I had to make pieces, and this is what my cake, this is what it looked like lined, and this is what the cake looked when I brought it up out of the oven. And so the reason you line it is, well, it keeps it from coming up, and then you can just lift this up out of the cake pan just like that. So that's what you do, and then it just peels off, and so just like that. So this is set, so it's not, there we go. You just peel it off just like that, and this is what you'll have. All right, so easy enough. So there's just a little pointer with that. Now, that on the top is meringue. And so, and I keep tripping over this rug. I've got on some bulky sandals. They're cute and they're comfortable, but they're bulky. And I keep tripping over this rug. If I fall, I promise you, I'll pop back up. So, this is meringue on top, and I know it sounds odd, but trust me, it is worth making and worth trying out. So I'm going to cut this and show you again how we love to eat our strawberries. So just cut this like you would a cake. I'm just going to cut a slice like that, and I'm cutting a big slice because this is the first piece I've had this year, because like I said, strawberries are just coming into season. Looky there, see how that does? And folks, this is really, I'll tell you real quick, this is just a cake mix with orange juice and eggs in it, egg yolks in it. And then for the egg whites, you use the, you make it with the meringue. So you use it like that, and let me find a big spoon. And I don't want a slotted spoon. I'm going to use an unslotted because I want all those juices in there. And I am going to put that just like, oh my goodness, look at that, look at that. All right, and then we are going to top it off with whipped cream. Now folks, no Cool Whip. You want to do real whipped cream. And yes, I am going to eat that much whipped cream. Just like that. And look at that. Isn't that delicious? I hope you try this recipe. Now, if you were making this for a crowd and you were going to eat it right away, the recipe originally called that you would top this whole layer with the strawberries and then the whipped cream, and then you could even put the second layer on top and do the same, or just eat one layer at a time. But we have always just cut individual slices and then just prepared it like that. So that's totally up to you, and depending on how many that you are going to feed. So folks, for my May meal, making it easy and breezy and just enjoying it, Try the grilled cheese with the links and the bacon. I promise you, you will enjoy it. And then please, please enjoy the Stillwell strawberries. They are so good. So from my kitchen and to yours, and for all the good things that are going on in May, enjoy, be safe, and we'll catch you next time.